Hey,
Cracked me up.
it's that time again. It's that beautiful woman.
Oh.
Wow. Did you grow that thing on your head overnight? Or?
Yes. Didn't you feel it growing last night?
Okay. I knew something was happening. And here she is, Suzanne Somers.
Yay! Hi, Caroline.
How are you?
I'm great. It's cold here. We're in the desert. I know it looks. I know it looks like it's really warm out there. It's freezing. I mean, it must be 70. I'm sorry, all of you in the east.
That's right. Yeah, you piss off the whole country.
But it's a cold 70 for here. No, I think it's probably around 50 out there. And in the desert, we're extremes. When it's hot, we're extremely hot. When it's cold, we're extremely cold. When it's windy, it's extremely windy. And yesterday was wind and then rain. And I was looking outside our window and the rain was blowing across, not even down, across with the wind. And so I decided, we'd love to have the door open when we do the show, that I would dress warmly. I've even got a faux fur blanket on my lap here, just to stay nice and cozy. And my new favorite afternoon drink, and sometimes in the morning. I usually have a peanut butter banana gut renew smoothie, but in the afternoon I have the coffee gut renew smoothie, and it's so good. It's a great pick me up, and we share this together. You already finished half of yours. Try that, and it's good for your stomach. So, yeah, or your gut. It's not really your stomach.
Very good. No, it's not.
Here, the intestines are here.
Most people think their stomach is just north of the Venus mound, right?
Yeah, when you're all bloated, you go, oh, my stomach. It's not your stomach, it's your intestines.
Right.
We had Steve Garvey, the famous Hall of Fame baseball player, and his beautiful wife, Candace, for dinner a few nights ago, and their darling son, Ryan. Super smart, super great. Maybe, I think he's around 27, 28, I'm not sure. And I happened to mention that the stomach was over here, and he was so interested. What? The stomach's over here? I said, yeah, it's under your left breast. And he said, what's this? I said, your intestines. And that is what's making everybody so uncomfortable, is work their way through miles of intestines. What we expect our body to do, we just expect it to happen. And it's pretty remarkable. I sat next to Sidney Poitier one night at a dinner party.
Wow, you've dropped two big names in a minute and a half.
I'm not usually a name dropper, but that's my life. And so I was sitting next to Sidney for the evening, and he's very charming and stoic, and he said, I've grown old enough to know it's important to chew your food. Well, I didn't quite get the depth of the ramification then, but I do now. You know, when you just gobble it down and just swallow it, and especially think about meat. If you don't chew that up, and then it goes down here, remember the gastric sphincter, and then the gastric sphincter, as we get older, gets kind of worn out, and it's not as elastic as it once was. And now the meat that you didn't chew up is kind of stuck there. But it's still got to make its way into the stomach, which is over here, and then you get it in the stomach, and that's why you don't feel good. And then it works really hard in the stomach. If you don't have any hydrochloric acid, it's really has to work hard to move it over into the small intestines, and now it's in the small intestines, but you didn't chew it enough, and so it goes. And
it's true, they teach you that in science when you're in 7th grade, that the digestion begins in the mouth.
In the mouth.
When the saliva, between saliva and chewing, that's the first step, breaking down your food. Chewing. So chew your food. A little bit of advice from Sidney Poitier, the late Sidney Poitier. I'm sorry he's not here. He was so lovely. And do you all on Facebook, they make movies for us now. Have you noticed? Do you get them, Caroline? Yeah. And they put them to music, and it's clear they're going through all our photos and going, oh, I'll do that one, I'll do that one, and I'll do that one. And it annoys me, because what are you doing in my photos? But then I'm really curious, and
I get a neck ache because Alan's usually looking at them on his iPad, so I'm leaning over like that, and they're addictive. Anyway, I saw a couple of...
What are they doing in your photos? They own your photos.
Own our photos.
Yeah.
So don't put any photos.
If you post your pictures, they own them.
Don't put anything in your photos that you don't want out there. Like you, when I was putting tanning lotion on my legs.
Oh, that picture could have been the cover of a magazine.
Yeah, right, according to you. I didn't even know you were looking at me. I was out on the deck in Malibu, and I wasn't clothed, but nobody could see up there, and I wanted to like...
Up where?
Up on our deck.
Oh, on the deck. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I put lotion all over my tanning serum. I was going to lie there and get a good fake tan, with our golden tanning serum. I'm Irish, I don't tan. He tans like he lies there like that and gets tan. And so I put it all over, and then I lay in the sun to get my tan, which is a fake tan, but it cooks better when you lie in the sun. You get darker faster. Well, you filmed the whole thing in the bedroom, you horny you-know-what toad.
By the way, we have a number of people on both Facebook and Instagram from Ottawa today.
Oh.
And I guess they need a break, okay?
Well, hello, all you wonderful Canadians.
By the way, Ottawa, the name Ottawa, as I recall from high school, is derived...
Alan is Canadian, for those of you who don't know. Canadian-American.
Is derived from the Algonquin tribe, Indian tribe, or Native American, Canadian tribe, Algonquin, and it means to trade.
Oh, well, nice.
Because they used to portage up the Rideau River.
Oh, is Montreal in Ottawa?
Is Montreal in Ottawa?
Yeah.
Do you want to take back that question?
No. Is this like
just suck it back? It's like, is LA in San Francisco?
I don't know what I'm asking. Is Ottawa a province?
No.
Or is Ottawa a city?
Ottawa is the capital of Canada.
People out there probably didn't know that either.
No, Ottawa is the capital of Canada. It's located in the province of Ontario.
Got it. Now
Okay.
I didn't know that, Suzanne.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
I'm Canadian illiterate, too.
Yeah. We don't know everything. We know a lot, but we don't know everything.
Well,
You know what I do know?
What?
And I would like to just interject. There's 25% off at SuzanneSomers.com today, and the promo code is BLUE25. Suzanne's going to tell you how to beat the winter blues today with some fabulous winter nail polish colors. So just for those of you asking, the promo code today is BLUE25 for 25% off.
These are our winter colors. We have Eclipse. My eyes are so bad because these lights are so bright. Eclipse. This
so
is...
Eclipse is like a charcoal. It's almost...
Here, I'll hold it up. Here's Eclipse. And then show them to the girls.
Yeah, Eclipse is like...
And to the guys.
Pretty dark.
Men are now... Yeah, I think Alan started a trend. I don't know that you started it, but could have, of men wearing toenail polish, and it's quite the rave here in the desert. Okay, here is Midnight Blue. That was Eclipse.
Midnight Blue is beautiful. It's like a deep, deep navy.
Yeah. Yes, okay. And this one...
And all of Suzanne's nail polishes are 10 toxin free, so the top 10 offenders.
Think of all the toxins we've been taking in all our lives just through nail polish. So we couldn't make it 100%, and that always bothers me, but to get depth of color, you have to use a couple of things that I'd rather not use, but there's no formaldehyde. I don't have the list today of what's in there. I usually do, but I don't have that today.
This is Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
So Bordeaux is like that deep maroon. It really looks like a glass of deep, deep, beautiful red wine.
And read to them what, you must have a list in front of you of what's not in it.
You know, the thing is, it's very hard to show the true colors online.
I know.
But the true colors are...
Use aubergine.
The true colors are at SuzanneSomers.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and aubergine is like eggplant. It means eggplant
Yeah.
in French.
En
but
français,
it's that,
aubergine.
that purpley red,
Yeah.
red color. Okay, Suzanne, here's the list.
Here's the list.
No formaldehyde.
No.
No toluene.
No.
No DBT.
No.
No
Diphenyl.
formaldehyde resin.
No.
No camphor.
No.
No TPHP.
No.
No xylene.
Violet. No xylene.
No ethyl toslamide
Here.
epoxy resin. Which
None of that.
must be some bad shit, because
Yeah.
that has a long name.
Yeah.
No parabens.
No parabens. Bad stuff.
This is Violet.
Here's Violet. Violet's one of our
Violet
girl
is a
bags.
beautiful, beautiful purple.
Does our Violet ever wear Violet?
She doesn't wear nail polish.
Well, of course she wouldn't. She's still looking for a lawyer for the reality show.
No, she's signed up. She's
Oh, once you found out what lawyers cost. Okay, here's CERISE.
exactly.
When we were in France as a family, Alan's son Stephen
Cerise.
marrying a French woman, and we loved her family and we loved her Olivia. And I remember Jean-Pierre.
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 I got him mixed up with the chef here. Jean-Pierre, there were these cherry trees. And after we had this big lunch, and we all wanted to go pick the cherries off the cherry trees, he goes, no, cerise, et ton malade, meaning you get a bad stomach from cherries after a meal, which later on, when we wrote the summer sizing books, I realized he was very right. Here is Peacock, which is lovely.
The cerise is like a bright cherry red.
Yeah, it's a good red. Good red for your toes. See, all of these here, I would wear on my toes. I don't wear them on my nails because my nails are short, and I like wearing polish on my nails that doesn't bring attention to my nails, like this next one here out, which is called Suede. And Caroline.
He's on Peacock. Okay, Peacock is that what you're on now?
No, Alan's now on
No,
Suede.
we're past Peacock. Now it's Suede. Here's
Okay,
Suede.
so the video's a little ahead. Okay, so you guys saw the Peacock, which
Suede.
is, I mean, it really is that beautiful teal, bright teal color. And then the Suede, depending on the color of your skin,
Yeah.
it could be nude for you, or it could be, contrasted, depends on what color your skin
I have it
is.
on my last two fingers, but I usually wear icicle or
Yeah,
halo.
it's a neutral.
Yeah.
It's a neutral. I love it.
It looks amazing on
really
you. This
good
is
on
what
me.
Caroline
It
mostly
is-
wears.
Yeah, it is kind of the color of my skin. It just goes very neutral.
So I have a little story to tell you all.
They love Suede.
Oh,
I have a little story to tell you. Alan did my hair today. And the reason he did my hair is because of comments that you all made last week about my hair showing. Here's what's going on in the back of my hair. You can see it right here. When they did my neck surgery, they shaved the back lower part of my head.
a lot of it.
A lot of it.
A lot of
I
it.
remember coming out of surgery and I was all kind of, and
No, from the back you look like Baldy.
and I said to the doctor, "You shaved the back of my head?" And he said, "Yeah, but just pull the top over it." So for the past 2 years, I've been growing the top to get longer and longer. But what's happening is this is coming in back here. You can see it. Here it is right here. But it comes in kind of curly. And because I still have nerve damage from the spinal surgery, can't get back there with the flattening iron. So today, Alan did my hair and got the underneath new growth to be flat. So that's your
And
answer.
you've always had a kink back there. Your hair has one curly kinky part, and it's right in the middle of the back of your head.
And I'm finding as
The
it's
rest
growing,
of it is pretty straight.
But you know-
as it's growing longer, I'm able to keep it straighter. I think it'll meet up with the rest of my hair.
You know what I think it
Here,
might be?
here it is right here. Yeah.
You know what I think it
What,
might
honey?
be?
What might it be?
Okay. So after the surgeon finished,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a big long scar on the
Yeah.
back of your neck going down to your spine. Okay. It's a big one. And I think after he finished and he sewed you up,
Uh-huh.
now where hair is supposed to grow, it's all sewed up tight. And I think the hair squeezing through the sewed up part, yeah, exactly. You got it? Okay.
Hair doesn't grow on scars. Hair
Yeah.
no longer grows. It grows on the sides of it.
Yeah.
It will never grow back on the scar.
Anyway, it's growing back, and it maybe a few more months it will meet up with the length of the rest of my hair. So that's what you saw.
I can't stop singing the theme to Dr. Zhivago
Because
of your hat.
oh, because of my hat. Yeah, my hair was looking really cute today, and then when I sat here, I thought it's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
And well, do I look cute? I hope I look cute. I haven't
So
seen it.
cute. And I just keep singing.
Mm.
Da, 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 da.
Let's see how cold it is.
That was such a great movie. I love movies.
Okay, it's really cold.
How cold is
Okay.
it now?
All right, look at this.
What?
It's 53 degrees.
That's freezing. And desert 53 is really cold. When we get down,
But it snowed in Southern California.
really?
Yeah, it's a
Huh.
cold day. I mean, people on the East Coast
I know.
are having lots of cold. And
I know.
It's cold everywhere.
I did this show the other day called Thrive. If any of you have a chance, look it up. I don't know where. I guess online somewhere. Look up Thrive. And I said to him, "We're having a windstorm here today, kind of like tornado." He goes, "Oh, boo hoo! I'm in Philadelphia. It's 20 below here." I went, "Okay."
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, we all have our own realities here, but I actually like it when it's cold in the desert. It's a nice experience. Here comes Alan. He's finished with his coffee, gut renew smoothie.
I had one of those today too.
They're so good. I'm telling you, for those of you who are into gut renew, the way to have the second one in the afternoon is have the coffee gut renew smoothie.
Yeah.
It's a pick-me-up. It tastes good and it's a pick-me-up. I have one pretty much every day now.
And you know what I love is I save my coffee from the morning if I don't finish it. And then I
Me
have
too,
my coffee
yeah.
and it's all cool.
And then you have
it's
it.
ready and it
Right.
just goes right into my
Right.
afternoon.
So that the key to that is make too much coffee in the morning so you have leftover. What are you doing now, Alan?
Well, I heard a noise last night. Our bedroom is right next to this office, and I heard a noise last night, and I think we may know who was in here late at night because I just found this. Okay. All right. Now, we have to look around this house and see who's missing an ear.
Yeah,
Okay?
I wonder.
Then we'll know who was here last night.
Yeah, we'll know.
Okay.
We'll know. Well, yeah. That was great, Al.
All right.
I know.
All right. Okay.
Well,
So now we're going to do a little test.
what's the test?
Okay. I know when we're with people, okay, like at dinner,
Yeah.
and there's silence and no one's talking, you feel obliged to talk, right? You like to fill the space.
Absolutely. I'm a pleaser. That's
Okay.
what you like about me. I
Okay.
like to please everyone.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the test. How long can you sit there in front of the cameras without saying anything?
Why? I'm on camera.
I know.
They're not here to watch me not talk.
Well, no, I think they'd find it interesting.
No.
It's a very interesting
No.
test.
I have
Okay.
things I want to talk about right now.
Oh, what is that?
Well, and I want you to video this tonight. For dinner, we're having a very simple dinner. We are having summer-size hamburgers. And everybody's afraid to eat a hamburger because of the bun and it's fattening and it's usually fast food and poor quality oils. I'm using grass-fed beef. I'm sauteing an onion in olive oil until it's like browned and great. And then I've got perfect coved iceberg lettuce cups. And I'm going to put the great, just perfectly fried hamburger with mayonnaise and ketchup on the lettuce leaf, and then the fried onions on top, and then fold it over and eat that hamburger and let it drip down the side of your face. I'll have to change my spoon.
Yeah. Can you add a pickle?
And I have a pickle. I like to
Add a pickle.
Do you like dill or sweet? He likes the sweet ones.
Oh, I love those bread and butter. Oh, I love those.
Do you like those?
I eat a whole jar of them.
Yeah, I like dill.
I like them both.
And then the other thing.
It's not like sweet.
No, I raised him well. The other thing we're having is homemade fries in coconut oil. Yum. But we tried an experiment. We cut them on the fryer cutter thingy, and
well, we didn't.
Michael did.
Michael did. Yeah.
And then he fried them in the coconut oil. Coconut oil with potatoes tastes so great. And he drained them, but he didn't get them dark brown. He got them cooked. Usually the way you see them in restaurants. What Alan likes is like deep brown. And he put them in the freezer, and they've been in there. I've been noticing them in there for a while. Today he took them out and put them back in the coconut oil, the fresh coconut oil, and got them real brown. This is just for a taste to see how they tasted. Oh my. How were they, Al?
They were the best.
They were perfect.
They were the best.
And here they had been pre-cooked. I never thought it was going to work. When he did it, I went, I'm not sure if that's going to work. It's actually better.
Yeah.
Which means you could do fries well in advance, and then if you have company, which is so hard to do fries for company because it's like a lot of, you just take your already pre-cooked, put them in the oil for a few minutes, take them out with the rack and drain them and sea salt and serve that with your summer size hamburger. So I'm going to video the hamburger tonight. Maybe you think, well, big deal, a hamburger. Honestly, there's a way to do it, and it's just absolutely fantastic. With no guilt, and except for the French fries, you won't gain an ounce just on the summer size hamburger.
I have never frozen my fries between, but double frying is the key, because otherwise they get too brown on the outside but not cooked in the middle. So you gotta cook them first and then let them out, and then you just like quickly refry them right before you serve. But
right. So isn't this nice to know?
In the freezer.
Yeah. And that they didn't lose a thing. They maybe even enhanced them. They're so good. By the way, I saw that you made those clams, and I having Michael out looking for little neck clams tomorrow. God.
Or cockles, even better if you can find them.
I was watching that, and I wanted to like suck it off the screen. Looks so good.
They're so good.
Yeah,
they were super good.
And nothing Bruce likes, his son, my son, her husband, than steamed clams when we were a little kid. When he was a little kid, I was a little kid too, and I took him out to this restaurant in Sausalito, and I had just enough money. I looked in my little coin purse. I had just enough money to get him clams and me clams. And so we're eating our clams. He's loving it, loving it, loving it. And he says, can I have some more? And I went, yeah. And I thought, as I did at that time, I was unrealistic. I'll figure out a way to pay for them. Oh, God, I don't have enough money. I'll leave lipstick as a collateral or something. Or do the, oh, my gosh, I forgot my wallet thing. 'Cause he was so happy to be having these clams. So he eats the second serving, a whole dinner of clams the second time, this little kid. And God, right? I go to pay, and I'm prepared to do the, oh my gosh, I forgot the wallet. And the waiter said, there's no bill. I said, there's no bill. He said, there was a man over there. He watched the two of you eat these clams. He said he'd never seen anybody enjoy their dinner as much as the two of you, and he paid your bill. How about that? Now, when I walked out of the restaurant, I thought, oh, the guy's going to hit on me or something. He was nowhere to be found. He just did a nice thing. Every once in a while, when you can, do something nice for someone unexpected. It's so meaningful, and you'll know when the right time to do it is. And you know, you don't have to go broke doing it. But just like if you see something like that, do what that man did for us. He really brought us so much joy. I wish I knew who he was. I would have liked to have met him to thank him.
How would you have thanked him?
After him and karma. Those good deeds always do.
Absolutely. So when I watched you serving Bruce clams last night, the mother and me smiled. I thought, oh, he's so happy.
He was happy.
Yeah.
Hey, some of you are asking about black drops. They are back in stock on our site.
Yeah.
Those are Suzanne's. It's the fulvic and humic mineral drops. They're back in stock and 25% off today. Use promo code BORDEAUX25.
And what a great way, because we used to take our minerals in capsule form, and we'd have to take 7 a day.
Yeah.
And oh my God, normally I would have, actually I didn't think about this, but in our morning smoothie, I put 15 drops in mine and 15 drops in his, and done. I didn't have to take any supplements to get, you can't live without minerals. The human body cannot survive without hormones, nutrients, and minerals. What an easy way to get your minerals.
And
Just drop it in and it's tasteless.
And that dumb doctor, and she was not dumb, she's very smart actually.
Yeah,
but she had attitude.
Bad
Attitude.
Yeah.
And when she saw my blood work, and I was really low on minerals,
Yeah.
and she told us on the phone that I was going to die.
Yeah, she said, he's going to die. Because you had mold, and the mold was inhibiting your body's ability to absorb any minerals or nutrients. And she said, well, he's going to die. I said, how dare you say that? But just tell me what to do to get him back up. And I've never had a fight with the doctor. I had such a fight with that doctor, because no doctor should ever say to the patient and the patient's spouse, he's going to die. But anyway, that's when I found humic and fulvic. So she put the fear of God in me. And I was writing a book called Toxic at the time, and that's when I discovered humic and fulvic. And we've been drinking it out of a bottle, but now that we have these black drops, oh my gosh, it's so easy, and you cannot taste it.
They don't
put
taste.
In water, there's no taste, so it's not like,
even though they're jet
and it
black.
doesn't make your teeth black.
Right.
At all.
I don't know how they make it black, and it doesn't make your teeth black.
I think it's, well, you know, a little humic and fulvic. It's a very interesting thing.
Sounds like a dance to you.
How we're supposed to get our minerals. When the leaves drop from the tree and they fall to the ground, and then they rot and disintegrate and turn into a fungus, and then that fungus goes into the soil, and that soil becomes so mineral rich from the dead leaves that disintegrated and turned into a fungus. And that's how our food is supposed to grow. This is an incredible thing that nature has thought up. But now they genetically modified our food and sprayed poison. And who thought it was a good idea to put poison in our food? I will never understand that. We don't have to. You can skirt around it. I do. You will. And those of you who know do. Anyway, that soil from the leaves coming down then becomes part of the minerals, and it spreads through the soil. And that's when you plant your plants, and then the plants come up and they're loaded with minerals. And it's the cycle of life. Nature has a cycle all the time, and so because we eat all organic, but because you don't get the full force of minerals anymore, because our soil has been so degraded by the air and the pollutants in the air, that's affecting our good organic soil even. These black drops, you get your minerals, it's done, it's out of the way, it doesn't taste. Put in your Gut Renew smoothie. You're doing great things for your gut with the Gut Renew smoothie. You're getting your minerals with the black drops. Try to make your life easier in a world that has become very difficult to survive.
Hard to be healthy.
Hard to be healthy.
And it's also, it turns your drink alkaline. That's one good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing for hydration.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're using it after a workout or just to keep your body hydrated, is so important.
Absolutely.
It's great for gut health. So another tool from Suzanne in helping you turn around your gut health. And it's great for nutritional uptake. So if you may be eating good food but your body isn't absorbing, that's what having a full complement of minerals will help your body do. And so many other things. But those are some easy reasons to add 15 drops of black drops.
Yeah.
By the way,
glass of water or your favorite beverage or
your smoothie.
however you like it.
And sometimes I just I put two.
So he just sometimes just takes the drop
under
and puts it on his tongue. Because it's tasteless.
Yeah.
You don't need to dilute it.
So, Kavanaugh Mary Kay, greetings from Seattle. Would you recommend the Tahoma Clinic? Would we ever?
Oh, would we ever?
Would
Dr.
we ever?
Wright, who's always
Dr.
right.
Jonathan Wright. Now,
when you see Dr. Wright, you say hello from me.
That's right. He's in Tukwila, Washington.
Yeah.
Okay. There's another Jonathan Wright who's in Seattle, but he's an eye doctor.
Yeah.
So there's some confusion. He's probably a really good eye doctor, but he's not our doctor. Jonathan Wright in
Jonathan
Tukwila.
Wright. I have done interviews with him in so many of my books. I can't count at this point. He is the first doctor in the United States to prescribe bioidentical hormones. Think about that. He was so ahead of his time. And he's a Harvard twin major educated guy, stepped out of the standard of care box where he could make all kinds of tons of money to go into integrative and alternative medicine. In all the years I've been working with Dr. Jonathan Wright, I don't remember him ever prescribing me a drug. He's taught me about supplements. He's taught me about so many things. And if I lived near him, I would just regularly go just see him just to like have him check anything. He's really great. And he's getting older, so if you want to go there, it's time to go now. When he was prescribing bioidentical hormones initially, this was, I think in the
25 years ago.
Yeah, at least 25, 30 years.
Yeah, maybe 30, 35 years ago,
even, because I've been writing about bioidentical hormones for 25 years now. He was raided by the FDA with guns drawn, threw everything in his office upside down like a mafia hit, emerged triumphantly with vitamin B and carnitine, and said, if you know what's good for you, you won't mention this. Well, he was not to be shut up. This is a progressive, incredible guy, and he said, he went right to the television stations and said, I want you to see what they've done to my office. I want you to see what has happened. And he won. And he's able to do his work and prescribe bioidentical hormones. I write about bioidentical hormones. I teach about bioidentical hormones. I am a proponent. I take them myself, but I do not sell them, and I'm not allowed to sell them. You have to go to a qualified doctor. If you live near him, there's nobody more qualified. He's the original guy. But I have, in the back of my books, lists of all the other people, and he has taught so many of the doctors that I interview, because they have these American ACAM conventions. American, what does ACAM stand for? Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine.
I know they're all MDs.
Yeah, they're all MDs.
And they're probably all either alternative or integrated.
And he teaches them at these conferences. He's widely respected all around the world. And so yes, the answer, long answer to you, dear, is yes, go to him. Go to him and say hello from me. Any other questions?
Oh.
I love when you ask me questions.
Oh, okay. So, Bonga Chick. Okay. What book lists recommended doctors, please?
Oh.
I guess all of them.
Well, yeah. Start with I'm Too Young for This, A New Way to Age, Breakthrough. I'm looking at my books over here. I can't remember. Really, any of them. Toxic. Yeah, here. Oh my gosh. I am so proud of this book, Toxic.
That's a great book.
This is everything I talk about in our shows all the time. All the effects of toxic chemicals on our health and on our body and on the planet. This to me is more important than the whole initiative for climate change. This is, let's get the chemicals out of our food, out of our soil, out of our air, out of our houses, out of our bodies. I interviewed the best and brightest doctors in here. There's so many incredible doctors. And I don't know anything. I interview these doctors and they feed me such incredible information. I allow them all approval on their pieces so that I don't get anything wrong. And then I run it by the scientific advisory board that we work with of 26 doctors, scientists, and professionals. I've never been called out once on any of my books, never. And then the other one that I just am so proud of is this one, A New Way to Age. Everyone's aging. And there is a new way to age. Yeah, I tell you all the time, aging is about worn out parts. And you can now, and you'll read with these doctors in here, take lab tests, blood tests, urine tests, to determine your deficiencies, whether they be hormonal, nutritional, or mineral, and put back what you've lost in the aging process or through environmental exposure, exactly what you need, which is different from what I need, and you get to be, Humpty Dumpty, all back together again. Thank you for asking, and I highly...
Absolutely, and if I could just interject, she's talking about toxic and removing toxins. These are, Suzanne, she writes about these things, she does interviews with doctors, and then she develops products for us that have no toxins, or in the case of nail polish, less toxins. So she's taken something that's normally very toxic, which is nail polish, and worked with a formulator to remove the top 10 toxins in nail polish. And these colors are color fast, the colors are rich, it's very chip resistant. I thought there would be some kind of drawback in using a 10 toxin free nail polish, but I bring this with me to the salon, and people ooh and ah over the colors, and it lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. Or I do my nails myself because I don't want to just go into a salon and use the chemicals. So she provides solutions with all of her things to get the toxins out and to keep us looking and feeling beautiful. I'm
passionate about it. I believe it with all my heart. You can't see it. I'll just read the colors and imagine. ECLIPSE, Midnight Blue, Bordeaux, Aubergine, which is eggplant, Violet, CERISE, Peacock, and Suede. There are more colors. We have the silvers and the golds and the nudes and the top coat and the speed dry and all those things. Go to the website and you can see it. But
you can see the colors better. And someone asked if we had a camellia nail polish. They said you need a camellia nail polish to go with violet. We do have camellia. It is a hot pink. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
By the way,
like pink.
by the way, Kathy Ann Taylor, with a lot of hearts, said, I own every one of your books.
Oh.
That's 27 books.
Oh, wow, Kathy.
14 New York Times bestsellers. Okay?
Oh, wow, Kathy.
I've often thought about the idea of putting together a Suzanne Somers library of all the books and selling them as a package and discounting them like crazy, because I think there are a lot of people out there who would love to have access to those. They're reference books.
Yeah, they don't become obsolete.
Yeah,
it's
they're
not
reference.
like a novel or something where, I read that. No, these are, I reference them. Sometimes, I've written so many books, I can't remember everything that's in them. And then I go back and I go, oh, right, yes. And I was listening to a lecture I gave the other day where I was teaching myself, as I'm listening to myself lecturing, going, I forgot about that, right. There's so much to know, and there's so many incredible advances in staying healthy and longevity now. So, Kathy, thank you for that unbelievable compliment. Unbelievable. Thank you very, very much.
So I missed the name here, but somebody just wrote, do you have a hair growth product? Caroline.
No, I was just responding to that. We do. We have hair, skin, and nail renew, which is a supplement. And as you can imagine, Suzanne supplement is more loaded than any of the other supplements on the market because biotin, keratin, collagen, and silicone. And we also have a hair growth serum in development right now. And we were just having a conference call about it yesterday because we're all using it and trying it.
Alan's using it. Come over here and show them how cute you are. Let's see. You're 85.
I am.
You shouldn't have any hair, but look at your hair. Now, I'm not saying this hair elixir is doing it, but it was getting a little thin. It was getting a little thin on top, and it's not quite so thin.
Your hair looks great.
Isn't she cute and beautiful? Really. Look who I live with. Okay.
He just likes my cooking.
I am so lucky.
I am so lucky.
I am so lucky.
He is a smitten kitten.
Yeah.
And what are
is.
the odds?
Everything about him.
He
Now think
does.
about it. What are the odds of a guy from Canada who moved to LA, who got a job on a TV show that they were shooting in San Francisco, meeting a young girl woman who was, I don't know, 20 years old, from a little town in Northern California? What are the odds? The odds are, it was meant to be.
You know,
And I believe in cosmic energy.
I do too, and I also firmly believe there are no accidents.
Yeah.
If you leave yourself open. And, well, I saw him, and I was actually speechless, but it turns out so was he. Huh.
No, I always lived speechless. Always. I never had a good come-on line. I always thought, hi, I'm Alan Hamill. And the BS light starts flashing. So I didn't know what to say, so I said, would you mind getting me a cup of coffee? And
I didn't mind getting the cup of coffee, I just didn't know how I was going to pay for it.
this is before the feminist movement.
Yeah.
By the way, what most people don't know is that Suzanne, when she was probably late teen years, in the 60s, I believe, she was hired for the cover of Newsweek magazine to represent the feminist
It's
movement.
called Women in Power.
Women in Power. And it's a fantastic picture. You can probably pull it up online. And then she became, the next time she became a feminist was when she was fired from Three's Company.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Okay.
I was the first woman in TV to stand up and say, it's not right. The men should not, I'm on the #1 show, the men shouldn't be making 10 to 15 times more than me. Now I got fired, but it opened the door for all the rest of the women, and I'm proud of that. Who would have thought Chrissy Snow would be the feminist?
Right.
But it wasn't really feminism. It was, I felt you should be paid according to the amount of tickets you sell.
No,
I was
but-
selling more tickets than anybody.
I know. The problem
And
was...
it is feminism, because the reason you weren't was because you were a woman.
I guess you're right. You're absolutely right.
The problem
You're
was,
right.
what we didn't know was that Laverne and Shirley's contract had come up a month before Suzanne's, and they had renegotiated their deal with ABC, and it was an incredible deal. And the parent company of ABC said, we have to stop these women from demanding to be paid what the men are making. And you know what? It worked.
Yeah,
For 8 years until Roseanne.
Yeah, good old
And
Roseanne.
Roseanne is fearless and smart and funny.
Yeah,
And I can't
and
even...
original.
Yeah, right.
Original.
Exactly. Well, I have to get back to my
Okay.
real job. Okay. excuse me.
Sometimes, people, like, Three's Company now is the #1 show on, is it Hulu? Or
Pluto.
Pluto. I knew it, Pluto, Hulu. And I watch it and I love it, but do you know that I don't make 1 penny? I never got any residuals, I never got anything. They just froze me out. But it's all right. I showed them, right?
You know what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Doesn't matter.
I have no anger in me. I think if it had been today with all the Me Too movement and everything, I'd own ABC, but oh, what the heck.
Hi from New Zealand. We love you guys.
We love your lamb.
Sagonia Beauty.
We love your lamb in
Yeah.
New Zealand. We had it last night. Weren't those great lamb chops we had last night?
I love
I
lamb.
marinated them all day in
That's my favorite meat.
garlic and rosemary and olive oil and sea salt and a little hot red pepper flakes, and just kept smearing it in all over. And then we had them for dinner last night. And I took the pomegranate balsamic vinegar that we sell, and at the last thing, I put the balsamic all over the lamb chops. Yum, was that good. It made this like candied kind of pomegranate. So if you haven't tried the olive oils and the balsamics, I never liked balsamic vinegar because they're always kind of acidy.
Yeah.
The kind you get at the store, the kind they give you in the restaurants. It's that cheap stuff. Ours is all aged a minimum of 12 years. It's like thick syrup, like cherry syrup and pomegranate syrup. And Caroline was showing one day how you take one of those syrups and you deglaze it, heat it in a saucepan and then just use it as a sauce to pour over. It's amazing, and we also put it over ice cream. It's so delicious. So give a look to the olive oils and the vinegars. They're super. I'm into food.
Yeah, everyone's asking for another cooking show.
All right. Well, I will show the hamburger, but I'll do something more in depth than that.
So, you know, I
love doing cooking shows.
use half of all the meat, the ground meat I use to make my cabbage rolls.
Oh yeah.
Was lamb.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Yeah, and it
Incredible.
was New Zealand lamb, ground lamb. We have to eat that tomorrow. Alan made his mother's cabbage rolls, and it's a sight to behold. He steams the whole cabbage and takes leaf by leaf until it's soft, and then makes the stuffing of the lamb and pork and onions and all the stuff he puts in it. And then he rolls the cabbage roll up and then sticks both ends in so it becomes this perfect little roll, and cooks it in a tomato sauce concoction. Yum, was that good?
Yeah.
And I could taste the old world in it, you know? Got to hang on to the old recipes. I could taste your mother's old world cooking. And in Poland, where his mother is from, they have abundant cabbages. It's interesting. What is really better for you as a prebiotic than cabbage and made into sauerkraut? Well, they had so many cabbages and still have, because they just grow profusely in that climate. But in the winter, they store them all, and then they make sauerkraut, they do cabbage rolls, and they do all sorts of wonderful things with cabbage. You don't think you like cabbage? The cabbage is really good. It's good raw in salads. It's good steamed. Sometimes you take a wedge of cabbage and steam it on top of the stove, and then put olive oil or butter on top of it. It's yummy. It's really yummy.
Hey, you know what else is on sale today?
I don't.
That I was thinking about is your Suzanne Echo Cleaner, which is her all-purpose cleaner. It smells like citrus. I don't know if you guys saw me. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me making scalloped potatoes. Well, I made scalloped potatoes in my beautiful white Le Creuset, and I fill it pretty up high with the cheese and the milk and the cream and all of that, so it bubbles over the sides, and then it gets all crusty and, pretty rough looking on the outside. Well, I took it and I stored the scalloped potatoes in that pot in the refrigerator, and the next day I put it back in the oven and I baked it again because I was having the leftovers, so I thought, how am I going to clean this? And I shot a video because I was like, I'm just going to try it. So I put your Echo Cleaner all over it.
So great.
Bruce was blown away. It literally wiped off with sponge.
That's like when Alan made. That's like when Alan bought all the raspberries and made raspberry jam, but fell asleep, and it boiled over and bubbled all over the stove. And I looked at it and went, ugh. He sprayed all the stuff on it, and then the next morning he came down. It just wiped up. I used it today. I thankfully didn't have to deal with any kind of cat barf or any cat emissions today. But I noticed on the side of the bed, it's our mattress in the bed, but the bed isn't mine because I'm in a furnished house until our other house is finished. And I noticed I have like shoe marks because I rest my knees on the thing while I'm pulling on my shoes. I took the Echo Cleaner and went, it's white, came off. I used the spot remover for a couple of things on my dress. It's gone, and no chemicals. We can win.
It's funny because Suzanne's got this big bottle of concentrate, and then you just add a little bit to a spray bottle. And
it's like a spoon or two into an empty bottle, and then fill it up with water. And it's the most economical cleaner you will ever. It will last you a long, long time, and it works better than anything I've ever used. I'm not saying that because it's ours. And I just want to keep emphasizing, we can win this toxic assault that we're all on, that's bringing us all down. We can win by you put clean products on your skin, our organic skincare. Wash your hair and condition everything with our organic hair care, makeup, a clean makeup, lipstick that doesn't have lead, household cleaning products without chemicals. Do you know how far ahead of the game you are right there? Right there. Does that make sense to you? I know it does. I can feel you all going, it does.
You know, someone asked, and it's gone through now,
Where'd they ask?
where my parents are from in Poland.
Oh.
My mother was from a little place, I don't know how little it was, it sounded little, outside of Krakow called Jędrzejów. And my father came from a settlement on the Polish-German border that was miles away from anything living. And there were only 12 houses in the settlement. It was really, really bad. No electricity, no running water, no nothing.
He had so many children. His father, they had so many children that when he left home at 16, I don't think anybody noticed.
He left at 13. He walked to Bremen in Germany, got a job, saved $14, hopped a ship in steerage, and came to the United States. And in those days, the federal government had a program because all the immigrants wanted to live in New York, Philadelphia, Boston, or Chicago. So the program was, if you will go anywhere else in the United States, we'll give you a one-way train ticket. So he went to Austin, Texas.
He did it the right way. He did it legally, and he eventually made his way to Canada.
Yeah.
Did it legally, and then added a whole lot to Canadian life up there.
Speaking of Poland, one of my first girlfriends was Polish.
What was her name?
And her name was Wanda.
Oh, I remember.
Wanda.
I remember Wanda. I was performing at the Royal York Hotel in Toronto.
No, that wasn't Wanda.
It was Wanda who came backstage.
No, it wasn't Wanda.
Who was it?
It was the girl who sat in front of me in grade 2, Sheila Dennis. No, that's who it was.
I thought it was Wanda. Well, anyway.
No, Wanda. You met
she came
Wanda.
In my dressing room like,
we did a club date in Detroit.
Yes.
And that's where you met Wanda.
Oh, okay.
Because she lived in Windsor.
Oh, okay.
And she taught me a little Polish.
And what was the Polish, Alan?
Well, the Polish was "Ja kocham ciebie."
What does that mean?
I love you.
Oh.
And then she taught me "Ty kochasz mnie."
What does that mean?
Do you love me?
What did you say? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I bet they all fell in love with you.
Oh, sure they did.
I would.
Are you kidding?
I did.
I struck out more times than.
No, you didn't. You were like Al Hamill. He was the Johnny Carson.
No. That was
the guy in the red convertible.
No, but that's when I got on TV.
Yeah, well.
But before I got on TV, I was this desperate, pathetic person.
Yeah. Imagine how pathetic you were, Caroline, huh? Speaking of Poland, 2 years ago, before the pandemic started, we were in Krakow and had one of the most amazing trips. In fact, I was watching TV this morning, and one of our congresswomen, they're all over in Israel right now, making nice because they value their alliance with us. And she said, going to Jerusalem and seeing all the things that all of us grew up with, regardless of religion. It's all in the Old Testament and New Testament, and you can't believe what it feels like when you're walking on stairs that were actually walked upon by Jesus and his disciples. And it's the most, if you, in your life, before you die, go to Israel, and I haven't been to Tel Aviv, and I'm sure it's great, but it's modern. Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the Bible come to life, and it blew Alan away, it blew me away, and we were raised in different religions, and one of the most important trips I've ever taken. And it started in Krakow, and then we did the March of the Living, which was walking the train tracks from Birkenau, or from Auschwitz to Birkenau, and that is an incredibly sobering experience. So what were you going to do, Al? You're going to show here's the sale.
Well, here's the deal today.
Great segue, huh?
Okay. 25% off site-wide, promo code BLUE25 at SuzanneSomers.com. And if you want to see the true colors of the nail polish that we were talking about and showing you today, you have to go to SuzanneSomers.com. You'll see the actual true colors.
Well, that's the end of our show. Fun, huh? I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I could feel that you do. I feel your energy through the camera. Love talking to you, Caroline. She had a great time in Florida.
Me too.
We missed her last week, but your fill-in was great. Jason was wonderful.
Great.
And mostly Toxin Free Nail Polish. You know, they're talking so much about manicurists who are affected by all the fumes all day, and also a lot of them are infertile. So that shows you, once again, what chemicals are doing. Stay safe, stay clean and toxic free, and remember, it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you, and I love you.